my name is Zoe. I'm the Tipsy Psychic. Today I'm going to talk to you about the compatibility between a Sagittarius Capricorn Cusp and a Scorpio. You would never run out of things to talk about with a Scorpio. You're a very intellectual couple. Sometimes you use your Scorpio as a distraction from all the crap in your everyday life. And it's not all talk either. You actually do the things that you talk about wanting to do. However, you have to try to avoid playing the blame game. Pointing fingers at your Scorpio won't get you anywhere. And it's pretty unhealthy. You have a bad habit of getting a little pushy with your Scorpio. Intimidation is not a healthy way of getting what you want here, even on the most subtle levels. Your Scorpio can seduce you to the dark side. Like, this couple can be a little twisted sometimes. Maybe you like watching dark comedies or satire, or you just kind of have a brutal sense of humor together. You both also might enjoy going to a haunted house for a date night, or ghost hunting or something, or taking a tour in a haunted area, or watching a horror movie. And you'll also share a dark sense of humor. You laugh at things and your friends are like, that's messed up. When you first meet and your Scorpio is getting to know you, your Scorpio often pursues you because they are curious. Like, you intrigue them. It may not even be because they're attracted to you, but it's like they can't get enough of you. You know when something tastes really weird, but you just, for some reason, you can't stop drinking it? Like, it's like addicting almost? That's kind of how this starts off a lot of the time. After a while, you just kind of start to like it, and you like it even more and more and more, and before you know it, it's like, why did I even think twice about this? It's like when I started watching The Bachelor. I originally started watching it because I thought it would be really terrible and ridiculous, and it is, but I am now a proud Bachelor Nation fan because, oh my god, it just is so good at the same time. And that's okay. I was like, what is this crazy, ridiculous show? Why am I even watching this? What is wrong with me? Why can't I stop? And now every fucking Monday evening when it's on, I watch The Bachelor. And yeah, that's me. And I don't fucking care if you hate on me or if you criticize me or judge me for it, because yeah, you know what? I kind of like the show now. And that's how Scorpios are with you. If that sounds discouraging, don't let it be. It can feel like they are the observers on the date. If you are a one-night stand and you're actually not really their type, they may just call you back because they have to see you again. You have that effect on them. Loving you is not really a choice, you know? Basically, this is a complicated relationship, and they may make you feel alive. You love taking on the world with them, but for some reason you have this fucking problem where you expect the worst case scenario to just play out. Not good. You need to get over that. The cup is half full, okay? Not half empty. Not everything is going to be shitty. You won't be able to fully feel truly at home unless you can open your heart to new possibilities and positivity and abundance. Maybe look at your core belief systems around love. Where did you get your ideas about love and romance and happiness? Did you grow up with loving parents who loved each other unconditionally and had a really healthy marriage and they gave you all the support you needed? Or did you have an absent parent that made you believe that love wasn't always available to you, that left you with mommy issues or daddy issues and a lack of love? Do you feel like you even deserve love? Or do you feel like you're too broken? How many people have broken your heart and made you feel like you can't trust anymore? You need to evaluate your mindset and do the inner work here, because it's gonna affect your relationship. It already is, probably, if you're watching this. Because the more you limit yourself, the more closed off you will be to unconditional love. This means looking at what matters to you most and looking at what your standards are. You might have to do some journaling. You might feel like your Scorpio takes on more of a caretaker role in this relationship. It can make you feel like the childish partner. Common sense can't be the solution to everything though. You try to handle the sensitive situations with logic. And that's like trying to calm down a crying baby by reading a dictionary to them. Maybe that's not the best analogy, but you get it. You get it. I know you do. But this is all a learning experience for you. And over time, you learn to be more empathetic towards your Scorpio. You both kind of deal with your issues on your own often. It's easier to process it that way. It's actually quite common to work with your Scorpio lover. You might start out as business partners, or you might meet at the workplace. Maybe you're both authors and you have published a book together, or you own a bookstore together. Either way, business mixes with pleasure most of the time. There is not this barrier that keeps them separate in this relationship. It's really difficult to do that here. So usually work is involved with passion in your relationship with a Scorpio. You also have to avoid holding anything over your Scorpio's head. The past is the past. If you aren't going to deal with it, then move on. If you say you've forgiven something, then stand by that. You can't keep coming back to the past, holding something over their head. It's not cool. Stop reminding them of a past mistake or something like that. You have to do the work and you have to move on. Just because you're seeking this unconditional love doesn't mean it's there. People are always looking for the one when they can actually forget to be in a place where they can actually have a serious relationship. Do they have space for a new love in their life, you know? And then they get upset when they can't find love or when they can't fully have unconditional love. So if you're looking for a serious relationship, make sure that you have space for one. Make sure that you are ready for love, not just the idea of it. Because this is what this is. This is serious. So many people that are single are like, I want to find my soulmate. All I have is my job. Yet they're also working like 60 hours a week and then they don't even have time to go on dates, really, and spend time getting to know their lover. And so it's like this idea that you want a soulmate and you don't want to be alone, but then you also have to make sure your life is okay. Is it giving you the green light to actually be able to accept romance and love into your life? Or they want to find a future spouse, but they're already a hot mess, dealing with lots of drama or financial loss. Relationships take hard work, and this one will take hard work. Doesn't mean it's not worth it. Some of the best relationships take hard work. I always say this, but you have to be ready for this if it wants to work, if it's gonna work. I'm tired of people asking me if they're compatible with a certain sign when many of them really aren't in a place to have love in their life. So why am I saying all this right now in this compatibility video? Well, for this relationship, you really need to be able to hold space for your Scorpio. You can't just expect them to show up and for everything to fit. So you have to look at your life, you have to do the inner work. If you don't love your life or yourself, how can you even fathom to extend your love to your Scorpio? Don't blindly expect things to work out. So you met your soulmate? Cool. Now what? Are you emotionally available for them? Will you make them feel safe to be there with you? Look at your past relationship. Even if you don't want to think about your ex, think about it for a second. Where were you in your life when you met your ex? So before Dustin, I met my ex at a time in my life when I was very unstable. I met him right after I had been sexually assaulted and I was healing from that experience. On top of that, I had lost my job. I really didn't have anywhere to live. And I was a complete mess. I was an emotional ticking time bomb. And the reason that I say this is that the sad thing is that a Scorpio tends to show up in a Sagittarian's life when they're in a very unstable space. It's kind of just how things play out. So you will find yourself meeting a Scorpio sometimes at the times when you are not in a place to accept what they have to offer. It doesn't mean it's impossible. It doesn't mean you can't do it. But it does mean that you need kind of a wake-up call, and you kind of need to evaluate things and evaluate your life and like look at where things are going and make sure that you are in a stable place to have a stable relationship with them. And I say this to prepare you. It is very unlikely that you will meet your Scorpio when your life is going really well and everything is perfect and ready for a new love. So before you can even receive your Scorpio's love, you need to stop, you need to center yourself, receive love from yourself, balance out those chakras. You need to be safe within yourself. You might like to go to the gym or be very into athletic gear. And a Scorpio might not get why you care so much about having a nice bike or this certain tennis racket. You want the new Peloton exercise machine. But this can be one of those things that they aren't turned off by, but they're like, why? You might mean well, but it won't matter when you're fighting. Your intentions mean nothing when it comes to this fight with a Scorpio. You have to take a different approach. No one is saying you aren't doing your best, but is your best what the relationship really needs? Your Scorpio is probably your twin flame. What you have is very unique and very rare. And if what I'm telling you is discouraging you in any way, don't let it. Just use it kind of as a preparation system, as a warning, because what you have is so special. Your Scorpio is someone you can work with and date at the same time, and that is very rare. It's hard to find somebody you can also work with and also play with. Sometimes you just kind of have to leave things be and not keep trying to fix it, because the more you try to fix it, the worse it gets. So all you can do is work on you. And that's how resolving a fight between you and your Scorpio works in a nutshell. Don't dig your relationship a grave. You should just seek out space. This might mean that you need to take a second to breathe and just get some you time. I actually advise mini vacations away from each other or just with friends. This can't work if you spend all your time together 24/7. Just get some you time, get time to recharge a little. Actually, this relationship works really well if one partner is traveling a lot and the other one has to stay home and watch the cats. Or, for example, they need to go home and help their family out and see their mom and dad on a regular basis, you know? You might like getting the latest gadgets. Like you're that person who likes to have the newest iPhone, or maybe you're just more tech savvy. You might be into gaming and you're always seeking the next gaming console, you know, PS4, PS5, the new Switch, whatever. Or maybe you are really into trying new games out. Your Scorpio might be interested in this, but they're also like, why? Like, why do you need this game? You're still playing all these other games. You haven't even finished those yet. Like there's a game you just got and you want to get another one, that kind of thing. But at the same time, they're also like, can I play? When you have issues with the Scorpio, it's not something that you can just figure out in 2 minutes. Probably not even a day. It can take a lot of time to actually work through your problems together and deal with everything. I know when I say that it's really difficult to just quickly solve problems together, it sounds ominous, but fear not, this isn't usually a very serious matchup. Actually, you're very fun a lot of the time. Your dynamic is really fun, very lighthearted in a lot of ways. You're actually a pretty cheerful couple. Your love is kind of magnetic and you radiate good vibes all around. You can really focus on being your best. You both like to be on the top and you can be materialistic at times. It's like you have a hunger for more, more, more. This dynamic is very strong-willed and you're very driven. You're very productive together. Rein in the chaos. Your surroundings will really influence the emotional nature of this relationship. For example, when my bedroom is messy, I start to lose my shit. My environment really influences my mood. And the same goes for your relationship. So if you're sharing a household together and it's a complete hellhole, like it's a complete mess, or there are people that are really loud and it's really bothering you, or like, you know, you don't feel put together, I can almost guarantee you the surroundings that you both place yourselves in are really influencing your relationship. So if you're having any trouble in this relationship, look at how you're spending your time and where you're spending your time. If you're spending your time crowded around around a ton of people, then that is going to reflect in your relationship. So where are you spending your quality time, and how neat is everything? You know, if things are chaotic, you're gonna feel chaotic, your relationship's gonna be chaotic. If your house is messy, your love life will be messy. So to feel more secure, maybe have some weekly cleaning days. And it's very important that you both participate. If you expect your Scorpio to clean everything, you are dead wrong. And if you feel like you always have to do those damn dishes yourself, then that is not going well. You both need to be able to contribute and to be able to count on each other. You both need to feel cozy and at home. Make sure you decorate and you create a safe space for your relationship to flourish. And be careful not to isolate yourselves from the rest of the world. In this relationship, it is natural to distance yourselves from your friends and your family. Don't alienate other people or you will not survive as a couple. Like I said, it really helps to take space and go off and do your own thing and have your own friends. And so if you push your friends away and you push your family away and everyone you care about when you're spending time with your Scorpio, you're not going to have those people. You're not going to have that option to go to them. So you really need to have your own social circles. You need your support system to lean on. They might keep you grounded when your Scorpio just can't. You can get pretty controlling sometimes, or you can get very caught up in the moment about something. Be careful. You can get very consumed with luxury or the finer things in life, and your Scorpio might be turned on by it, but also concerned about you because they are much less materialistic than you. Stress can also make dealing with tension in your relationship a challenge. And when you both are stressed, it is not pretty. You have an intense sexual chemistry and you like to keep things fun in the bedroom. Introducing toys and sex games might be rewarding. You can be that couple with a sex swing. It's good to take out your frustration in the bedroom. Sex with a Scorpio can be the answer sometimes. It's important to have a strong moral code when you're together. It works best if you are both religious or you both believe in some higher power above each other. Like if you both believe yourselves to be good Christians, or you both follow the same faith, or you both follow the Wiccan Rede or something like that. Or you both are just really big on being a good neighbor. I am not big on organized religion personally, but I do applaud strong values. And I think that's what this couple really needs just to thrive, is to be able to be open and to have faith in each other and have faith that there's something more powerful than themselves. And that can look like a lot of things. Without these values, you and your Scorpio will just go off the rails. They won't solve everything, but they will make things easier. You can get through anything you face with a Scorpio. It just takes some effort, so don't give up. You both like attending dinner parties and spending time with people who can really discuss things with you and converse with you. Education matters to you. When you start a family, you really try to install the importance of education to your children, and you always encourage them to be friends with the other kids, no matter who they are. You're very anti-bullying, and you always encourage your kids to never treat anyone like they are less. No matter what status in society they are, or no matter what they believe or what their background is. You want your kids to treat everyone with kindness and respect, and you have these strong values that you instill on your kids. This is very well known for a Sagittarius and a Scorpio to have this kind of parenting mentality with kids. You want to treat others the way that you want to be treated. This couple will have its highs and its lows, and that's a natural thing. The minute you try to make it happy, you make it 10 times worse. That is a common mistake that you and your Scorpio make. You just have to go with the ebbs and flows of emotion that come with your relationship. You can't force the good. It's going to have its ups and downs, and it's something you kind of have to just go with, because the minute you try to force things to go in your favor, that's when things go badly. So as long as you can learn to kind of be on there for the ride, like just go with the flow, you know, things will be much easier and much better. You don't really have to worry about stabbing each other in the back or anything. You don't usually lie or cheat to get what you want with them. You might seem like a snobby couple to people. You can seem like you think you're above others or like you're better than them. Your Scorpio would be very devoted to you, and they are on your team, especially when you're friends. You both must still live very separate lives with each other. You can't let yourselves merge and become codependent in any way if you want this to work. You must maintain your individuality at all times. You both can share a passion for some pretty obscure interests, and it can become your world. Others might not know how to approach you because of it. When you are misunderstood or you face scrutiny, your Scorpio will still have your back. They support you even when you mess up. You can't deal with everything with your mind. You both see the beauty in the flaws of others. You don't think less of someone because they cried in public or because they had a nervous breakdown. But this probably means that you also enjoy some epic fail compilations on YouTube. Or you might laugh when somebody trips. It's not out of malice, it's that you just find it entertaining. It's also nice to be able to laugh at your own foolishness, you know? It's a really admirable trait when someone's able to just laugh at themselves. I think it's endearing. You need to be working towards a future together. You need couple goals with your Scorpio. What do you want out of a relationship? You can't just flounder aimlessly throughout the void. With a Scorpio, you need to know where things are going. You need end goals for this to work. You can get through things, but will things even feel the same as they used to by the time you get back on track? If you're always dealing with things with a Scorpio, it'll probably just be a turnoff. Now, this depends on the couple and the specific challenges that they face. So I can't just tell you based on your sign here. You might experience a power struggle with a Scorpio. As friends, you can be pretty nerdy, pretty geeky, and you might like comic books, or you might go to Comic-Con and dress up together. You might be that couple that does cosplay. You might like reading science fiction. You might like watching the Sci-Fi Channel. You might like thrillers or horror movies. If you want a good science fiction book recommendation, then I recommend Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. He's like one of my favorite authors. It's such a good book, such a good series. All of his books are great, except Elantris, don't read that one. But all the other ones are great. I'll post a link to his book below in case you want to check it out, because I'm in a sharing mood. A Scorpio is very loyal to you. They would bury a dead body for you. Please don't test that theory. But the Scorpio is the kind of partner that would take their secrets or your secrets to the grave. You both value each other's ideas, and you like to take your time when dealing with delicate matters of the heart. Your love life isn't a competition though, even though it might feel like that. You both might like reading together or to each other. A library date might be a fun date idea. Or going to Barnes & Noble's. Actually, giving each other books or memorabilia is very sweet. If you can't discuss things, then it's really hard to get through to them. Expect to have ups and downs, especially when you're trying to have kids. Try to be compassionate around your Scorpio. Apathy is not a good response around them. Your Scorpio needs an enriching, complex partner, and they might keep trying to dive into things. You aren't shallow, but you aren't as complicated as they think you are, and it's kind of like, hello, like, this is what you get. I am not this like deep human being with all these like layers. Sure, I have layers and I'm not surface level, but like, hello, just love me this way, you know, like stop trying to figure me out. I'm here. This is a grown-up relationship and it takes maturity and experience to really make this work. So marriage is a very likely outcome for this couple and it's usually very successful. Marriages can last for the rest of your lives together. You both need to be yourselves with each other. And if that's not possible, you must work on that. You take your relationship seriously. At times it can feel like things are stuck, but it doesn't mean that you're ready to just let go. You hold on to your Scorpio and you work through stuff. Money can become an obsession. You can get pretty carried away with your idea of financial freedom. It's pretty common for you to stay friends with a Scorpio ex. If you break up, they usually stay in your life in a very platonic way. You're always very resourceful though, and you might always seem kind of cheery to them. Conversing isn't usually an issue, but it becomes one when there is friction. You light each other up even when you lack appreciation. The desire and the emotions can be really difficult to label sometimes, but I have faith you'll figure it out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you were born on the cusp of Sagittarius and Capricorn, or if you're a Scorpio, please comment below and let me know what you think. I would love to hear your take on this in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Bye!